Hello there guys, how's it going? I hope you're all having a good day so far. Today on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the search for Zelda begins. So, before I get started, I want to talk a little bit about how I'm actually structuring and planning out this playthrough. When I did Breath of the Wild for the first time, not this year, back in 2021, I meticulously planned out every single detail. I had just an order for everything I was doing. I even had little maps drawn out with routes on them, and I kind of just killed all of the fun of the game for myself because I took away the exploration element. I'm not going to be doing that this time, so I have kind of a rough idea of the order that I'm going to be doing the major objectives in, so stuff like dungeons, notable side quests, memories, that sort of thing. I also have a big spreadsheet of everything that I do want to show that I'm going to be updating after every stream, so I don't lose track of anything. But during streams, I'm not going to be consulting any of that. I'm just going to be playing the game normally and seeing where the wind takes me, so to speak. Although saying that, I don't plan on divulging too much from the beaten path today, because I currently don't have a paraglider, and without a paraglider, there's not really much that you can do. I do want to mark a couple of things, though, while I'm here. I've seen a shrine there. I've seen a tower there. I've seen another tower there. Seen another tower there. I see a geoglyph over there. I cannot place any more pins. Probably the best way to do it. Yeah, it's kind of why I put off doing this game for so long, was because I wanted to work out the balance. Like, how much do I plan? How much do I do by memory? That's kind of why I did Hollow Knight last year, basically entirely by memory, just to see if I could. And then I figured if that works, we can do Tears of the Kingdom, and it worked, so just got to decide what stamps I'm using for everything. I might leave that one as a pin, because I could probably head over that way at some point. That's the lookout landing tower. That's where I'm going. There's a tower over there. Okay. The castle is in the way that way. Oh, nearly missed that one. That one is quite hidden. Right, okay. Yeah, I guess let's head off then. So what I do like about Tears of the Kingdom here is it's kind of bucking the trends of Breath of the Wild a little bit. In Breath of the Wild, Central Hyrule was a very late game area, whereas here it's a very early game area. It's a small change, but it does make the early game feel a little bit different. And considering how similar these two games are, every single difference like that is completely necessary. Alright, I do need to keep an eye on my map, because, as with Breath of the Wild, now that I'm on the surface, there are a lot of voice memories by Zelda. And even though we don't know where she is, I still do care about what she has to say, because there are some interesting ones. There's one in particular that I might even be able to get to today, that I do want to talk about. And, it's kind of perfect timing for you, Sam, I'll just say that. It ties into something you've experienced recently. Right, there's a thing over there. I'll go to that later. For now, I'm going to stick to the path and not do anything too crazy. I do kind of want to kill this guy, though. There is a shrine over there as well. Is that the one I've marked? I'm not sure. Okay, interesting. I'll be interested to know if it's the same one we're talking about. I did do its equivalent in Breath of the Wild, and I did allude to what it was going on about, but the Tears of the Kingdom one is much more explicit. Okay, I have completely botched this. I see a guy over there with a bomb. So if I can get away... Or... There we go.
Think you can take me?
Hey, Sap. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Oh, there's a cave over there. You can tell because there's a bloopy outside it. Which, if you don't know that, is a very good way of tracking caves. Okay, the keys have scared him off, but I still see the cave. And while I'm heading over that way... Oh no, never mind. That is a different ruin, I believe. Oh, hold on. I spy with my little eye something beginning with K. Hey, Mr. Bokoblin buddy. How you doing? Don't mind me. Just finding a little friend. I swear I have a sixth sense for these guys. I just know when they're there. I really did try to paraglide there. Ow. Now that I'm on the surface, I keep forgetting that I don't have a paraglider, and I did this on my first playthrough as well. I genuinely went about an hour on my first playthrough going, the game's broken, why is my paraglider not working? And then I got the paraglider, and I was like, oh. Oh, there is, Is that coming through on the stream? There is some very noticeable texture warping there. I wonder if that's because of the Switch 2 edition. Hey, King! Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Literally unplayable. I know, right? I want a refund for the Switch 2 edition I didn't pay for. Okay, so this is a new enemy type for Tears of the Kingdom. This is a Horriblin. I believe they're not just new for the Wild era either. I think they're just completely new. Which is pretty cool. They do look really fucking ugly, though. Yeah, I forget about them until I see them, and then I kind of wish that I still forgot about them. Okay, I see the bubble frog. Means there's something rare in the cave. I do hope so, yeah. So, I am a big fan of caves. One of my biggest criticisms of Breath of the Wild is that the world, as big and expansive as it is, does occasionally feel quite flat. Caves add a lot of depth to the terrain. And I think Tears does a really good job of making them all feel quite diverse as well. There's big caves, there's small caves, they blend into the environment. Some are tunnels, some have like a bunch of different entrances and exits. Some span like completely different areas and are completely massive. All in all, I'm just really happy with the implementation here. A lot of my first playthrough was spent just like finding caves for the fun of it. Hello there. By the way, I didn't ask last time because I didn't want to faff around with volume and stuff while I was trying to do like the tutorial and like present the start of the game and everything. But how is the volume balance? Because obviously I didn't do a test stream like I usually do because, well, I streamed Breath of the Wild before and I kept stuff relatively the same. Seems okay? Cool. Oh, I am not new at the game. I have played this before. I have a 100% file. Can't hear Link's personal commentary. I'll take that one up with Nintendo. I'm not new at the game, but I still sometimes mess up my headshots. Right, while I'm killing these guys, Zelda has some stuff to say. Hold on.
The ruins of Mabe village. It was the farm closest to the castle, and I would often visit it incognito. They always shared far more food than I could possibly eat, and I remember that they treated their animals like members of their family. I imagine no one here fled alone when the time came.
So one thing I do like about the Tears of the Kingdom voice memories in particular is that those of you who have played this game before will know that it kind of tends to pretend a lot of the time that Breath of the Wild doesn't exist. That is not the case with the voice memories. And it does improve the game a lot because of that. It should never have been this way in the first place, but I'm glad that they've fixed it somewhat. Right. Another thing that they've improved, wells are actually wells now. They aren't just, like, filled up with gravel. Right, there's new types of lizards and fish in here. And all the lizards drowned, lovely. I can get the fish, though. But yeah, I found that, on the topic of sound balancing, when I was, like, checking Tears of the Kingdom, this is a very tricky game to balance. Because for whatever reason, that sound, that one sound effect, is very loud compared to everything else. So I can't make the game any louder without that overpowering me. But then the music is really quiet, so I can't make it any quieter. So maybe that just proves that I have it as perfect as it can be. I can't raise it, I can't lower it, so it must be perfect. Do I have a hammer? Yes, I do. Oh, nice. A nice stash of ores here. And the great thing about Tears of the Kingdom is I don't need to worry about climbing out of these caves. What a fantastic game this game is. Right, I do believe this is another new enemy. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling very well equipped to take him on. Not with his little buddies, anyway. That said, I can get rid of most of them. So, this is a boss bokoblin. It's a new type of mini-boss for the Otherworld, and, yeah, it's basically a bokoblin that commands other bokoblins. And I do like that they have added more enemies, because God knows Breath of the Wild needed it. I don't think they've quite done it enough, but the new ones they've added are still pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think that's going to affect him too much. Right, give me that. Let me impromptu make a weapon on the fly here. Hold on. And we got him, nice. My muscle memory with his attack timings is a little bit off because I'm used to fighting a lot of them in Hyrule Warriors. Oh, some parrots over there. Cute. Right, so, welcome to one of the biggest changes in Tears of the Kingdom. This is an entirely new town. Welcome to Lookout Landing. Link? It's you. You're back. Where have you been?
Aww.
Last that anyone saw of either you or Princess Zelda was when you went to investigate the gloom. And then the castle rose into the sky, and everyone's been so worried about what happened to you both. Pura has nearly worn herself out trying to figure out where you two went. Pura is working in that large building over there. Please report to her right away. She'll want to know you're alright. You got it, buddy. You got it. I'll take some time to explore Lookout Landing a bit more thoroughly in a moment. For now, it's time to go and see the woman of the hour. And there's Robbie over there. I'll get to him in a moment. Well, you're not Pura.
What?
That hair. Those eyes. Doc. Dr. Pura. The swordsman. The swordsman has returned.
Now where have you been? Linky, you're not a ghost, are you? Hey. That looks interesting. step at a time. What exactly happened? So when you and Princess Zelda go beneath Hyrule Castle, you discover a mysterious mummy which suddenly reanimates. Then Zelda falls into a fissure and vanishes. That must have been when the castle rose and the ruins fell. Then, later, you wake up on a sky island, saved by the arm that was stuck to the mummy. You get the Pura Pad from an unusual creature, and learn that your new arm belonged to someone named Rauru. The Master Sword disappears. You hear the princess's voice, and find your way here.
Then,
What?
are you saying you came from up there? This Raru you met, I think that's what the first king of Hyrule was named. Are they one and the same? So much of this doesn't make sense, yet. But I'm certain that mummy you found under the castle must be related to the upheaval. The castle rising up, the ruins falling down from the sky. The mummy must be connected to it somehow. And then there's the most important detail of all. You are sure that you heard the princess speak to you. And she gave you a clear message to find her. If that truly was the princess, then that means she's alive. Maybe she's trapped beneath the castle and needs help. That settles it. I know you only just returned, Link, but I need you to meet with the search party up by Hyrule Castle. They've been searching tirelessly for you two. The captain in charge of the search is named Hoz. Work with him to find the princess as quickly as you can.
Yes.
I know that mummy may still be lurking somewhere around there, which is concerning to say the least, but we have more immediate problems to deal with right now. I'm counting on you, Linky. So, Apura got a bit of a glow up, did she not? So clearly she fixed her anti-aging rune. And when I say she got a glow up, I'm not just talking about in comparison to her Breath of the Wild design, which, I mean, obviously that's a glow up. But also compared to her Age of Calamity design. Because she was pretty cute there, but nothing compared to what we got now, goddamn. Nintendo were cooking. Also, if I may go back to this screen, character profiles. Zelda started doing this with Age of Calamity, and I like this. I like reading these. I like the artwork. More games need to do that. Right, so, I think I need to eat something first and foremost. And I think I'll take care of going to the castle first. And then I'll come back to Lookout Landing. And I could walk through the door. Or I could just do that. So Sam is more interested in the mummy that's here. Yeah, me too, Sam. Me too.
Oh.
So like with Breath of the Wild, I'm going to read out important dialogue and quest dialogue and that sort of thing. Random NPC dialogue, probably not. Just because, for whatever reason, I find reading aloud more strenuous than just talking normally. Couldn't tell you why. And a lot of it is just kind of full of fluff. I did want to talk about the upheaval, though. So this is the name for, basically, the explanation for why everything is different in Tears of the Kingdom. The actual cause behind it is a bit wishy-washy. So obviously, Ganondorf broke out of his seal and rose the castle. And the resulting earthquake is why the caves and something else have opened up.
That's Dunban over there.
But it's not entirely clear why all the Sky Islands have suddenly appeared. It could be related to the dragon breaking the barrier last time, but that wouldn't explain why all of the Zonai rocks fell down before that. The consistent world building did kind of go out the window a little bit with this game. Stuff does just kind of happen. Earthquakes do not work that way. Oh, I know. Yeah, they 100% don't. Like, a lot of the caves as well have like ancient mines and stuff in them, so they clearly existed before, but apparently they were all just conveniently closed off. So yeah, Castletown has not been rebuilt, but it has been sufficiently cleaned up. This place is a lot nicer than it used to be. Okay, it's time for an interesting new mechanic. Ah. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Darn it all! President Hudson, are you okay? Oh no, what have I done? Alright, I'm sorry, President Hudson. I won't let you fall over again. That was unforgivable. It's all your fault startling me like that. Yes, I know it's just a sign, but I have great respect for President Hudson, so I pin the blame on you. Unforgivable. President Hudson? You haven't heard about Mr. Hudson? He's the president of our construction company. He's the one appointed by the princess herself. She placed him in charge of putting these material caches everywhere, and now he's shouldering Hyrule's restoration. Of course, he is also the founder of Hudson Construction, and besides all that... Sorry, what's all this? Hey, I'm right in the middle of President Hudson's epic tale of heroism. Well, fine. What was I doing before? I don't want the others getting jealous, so I haven't spread this around. But President Hudson gave me an extra special mission. And that's to put up these signs all over the place to let everyone know that Hudson Construction is a big deal. These aren't your ordinary signs, as you can clearly see. These portray Mr. Hudson himself in detail. Noble, glorious detail. It's unforgivable for even one of these to fall over. And so, I've pledged to support him. Don't worry, Mr. Hudson, I'm here for you. But I can't stand here forever. I've got so many more signs to spread around. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm going to leave you to it. I really should redouble my support. So, this is Addison. Addison is kind of stupid, because he built the sign before building his foundation. Don't be Addison. I'm pretty sure he received this special mission to get him out of the way. Hey, Ben, welcome on in. How you doing? Something you were never sure on, was Lookout Landing built between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? Or is it meant to be more of a temporary base set up after the upheaval happened? There seems to be a few days between the castle rising and Link showing back up based on people's reaction. That is a good question. I'm not entirely sure myself. My best guess would be between the two games, because there have been about 6 years between games. There is evidence for that later on, but also it's the amount of time that passed in the real world. And a town like that, at least, seems like it would take a while to build. That didn't do what I was hoping it would do. So yeah, the point of these Addison puzzles is you need to find a way to keep the sign standing. I am unsure if this will suffice. Maybe it needs one of these. They may mention when Lookout Landing was built, but I don't remember. And I kind of just chalk it up to the wishy-washy world building in this game. Which is a shame, because Breath of the Wild was really good at it. Try letting go. What? Are you going to support him? Alright, I'll let go. He's standing! How's the president standing? That was brilliant. I would never have thought of it. Oh, right. Let's get him secured while he's still standing. Just put this right there, get that fastened, and... Perfect. With your help, President Hudson is now standing proudly and firmly in place. It fills my heart with joy to see him doing so well on his own. Take this with my thanks. Also, you must be hungry after all that hard work, right? Let me give you a little something I made myself. But I still don't feel like I've thanked you enough. This is a little something from my premium collection. A special gift from me to you. So the rewards for this are pretty decent. This sleepover ticket in particular, I used a lot of these on my first playthrough. They basically allow you to stay at stables for free. And there is a reward for doing all of these. I will not be doing all of these. Now I can go to other places to put up more signs. And with that, I'm off. Because I don't think these get marked on the map at all, so without the Switch 2 app, it is very difficult to track them. You always end up just haphazardly stacking stuff and hoping. That's basically what I do, except during my 100% run, I did find a trick. But I don't have the means to do said trick yet. Okay, into a shrine then. First shrine of the day, I believe. Right, see you later, Ben. Thank you for stopping in. Combat training. Ah! I was wondering where this was. I forgot where this was. Kind of like with Breath of the Wild, the first town the game directs you to has a combat tutorial. Makes sense, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right, come on then. Okay, backflip. I kind of wish that the game could detect if you've done these before. And just have this be a normal fight if you have. Right, parry. And a charge attack. Okay. Like, if there's one thing I will actually praise modern Pokemon for, is that Pokemon Sword and Shield detects if you need the tutorial or not. And I do think a game like this, especially one so open as this, could benefit from that. I still think they should at least do some of the tests of strength in like a tiered way. Like the first one you go to is the tutorial, then you do a few minors, then you do a few majors, that sort of thing. Maybe have some of the majors be locked in place. But just something to make the combat shrines flow with the open world a little bit better. Ooh, a Zonite sword. Let's get rid of the stick. Make the shrines look slightly different depending on what challenge is inside. So a player can look at one and think, oh, that's a combat tutorial. That's a good idea, actually, yeah. That is a really good idea. Okay, she seems really impressed by the shrine. Chasms. I'm sure they're not important. Right, while I'm here in Castletown, there are 2 voice memories to play. One is about something specific. Let me see if I can find it. Should be somewhere around here. Oh no, it's a little further down this way. Here it is. So, Zelda has put these all over the place. A silent princess. I dedicate this monument to the memory of the souls lost to the calamity. One of the few times this game acknowledges that Breath of the Wild exists.
A memorial. It is said that spirits who are weighed down with regret when they pass on sink deep beneath the ground and wander in search of light. I will place similar memorials at scenes of great loss and pray they will bring light to those wandering souls.
So, that kind of serves to explain a mechanic that we haven't been introduced yet. There's a geoglyph over there. Right, onwards into the castle then. Actually, no, there's one more first.
Though the central square has lain in ruins for a long time, I can still recall the bustling activity of the castle town like it was yesterday. At the center of this space was the fountain, fed by an underground waterway, though I suppose that has run dry.
So, I am kind of disappointed that we didn't get a rebuilt Castletown. Maybe the time span between games isn't long enough, but that would have been really cool. I think a big, bustling city is like the one thing these 2 games are really missing. Hey! Hedward! You're back! Oh, I've missed you, buddy. Let me just take care of this guy bothering you. I didn't mean to accidentally kill you as well. I'm sorry. Hold on. Can I, You know what? I'll take a different memento of you, Hedward. This is, trying to think of a name. This is Armin. It's okay, he was already dead. Armstrong, that's better, yes. Oh. A lot of gloom around here. So one thing I do kind of take issue with is why they changed the name from Malice to Gloom. Because Malice is an established thing in Zelda. It didn't just come from Breath of the Wild. It was in Skyward Sword as well. This is clearly meant to be a more concentrated form of the same stuff. So why is it now called Gloom? I don't really fully understand why they did that. It seems like they did it just to be different from Breath of the Wild. Anyway, we got some music here in the castle. It is a very different vibe from the Hyrule Castle theme in Breath of the Wild, but I think it fits this new situation really well. It's not a dramatic enemy base anymore. Things are just a lot more somber. We don't know what's going on, Zelda is missing. I like it. I dig it. Right. The castle means a lot of voice memories.
Though the central square has lain in ruins for a long time, I can still recall the bustling activity of the castle town like you...
That was the wrong one. I meant this one.
I have heard the castle gate is the product of Sheikah wisdom and Goron engineering. Father always said it would never fall, and he was technically correct. It is the only part of the castle that remains unblemished.
Technically correct. The best kind of correct. Yes, it's me, Link. Right, okay. First gatehouse. So, like with Central Hyrule in general, I do enjoy that they send you to what was the final dungeon in the game, right at the beginning. It does make everything feel a bit different from Breath of the Wild, and feel like it's building on Breath of the Wild. And that feeling of building on Breath of the Wild is quite rare, so enjoy it. Enjoy it when it comes up. Okay, so yeah, he is going to stop me going in there. That's lame. I'm literally Link, dude. Do you know what I think of being railroaded?
Yeah.
Yeah, serves him right. So, one thing I do like, as great as the Guardians were in Breath of the Wild, it's nice to be able to explore the castle at somewhat of a leisurely pace. Like, I don't have to worry about Guardians trying to just incinerate me while I'm wandering around.
Oh.
You have a very big forehead. Yeah, let's make a swap. Right, let's prep this voice memory.
Oh.
So, I think I know where Ganondorf is. I don't think I'm going down there for a while. I know that feeling, where like you don't want to fall down a big hole, but you can't stop looking. So there did used to be a Lionel in here. Not anymore, thankfully. Is that a Hylian fedora? Ah, yeah, decayed weapons. So this is a weird bit of lore. So basically, to justify Fuse, apparently Ganondorf has managed to just decay all of the weapons in the kingdom. It makes them weaker, so you have to glue stuff to them to make them stronger. Right, apparently Hoz was up here. Apparently Link popping through the floor is quite surprising. I think I've marked that one, yeah. There's a Korok over there. Sorry, but I'm in the middle of something. Huh? Link? Is that you? You're alive? And all in one piece, it looks like. Does that mean Princess Zelda is safe too? What a relief. Hang on, you're alone. But you heard the princess calling out to you and you're here to help with the search. I see. Maybe I don't. I'm a little confused, but that doesn't matter right now. What matters is continuing our search for Princess Zelda. I'm relieved to see you come up here and help us out, though. We needed some good news. The sheer amount of gloom has gotten overwhelming. Our work carries on, but we've been a bit dead in the water. Captain, it's Princess Zelda. Princess Zelda. She's safe. She can also apparently fly. Wait, what? You saw that too, Link. You saw Princess Zelda turn into light and fly off, right? How strange. This is an emergency situation. Why would she leave without saying a word to us? We need to let Pura know about this as soon as possible. Considering what we just witnessed, I think it makes sense for us to withdraw, but it will take a bit. Please, you must tell Pura about what happened here as soon as possible. I will. I do want to do a bit of exploring first. I saw one of my little buddies. I must go, my planet needs me. Hopefully she doesn't die on the way to her home planet. God, the Sky Islands do look really cool in the distance. Are you sneaky little... Gotcha. I don't think I played this voice memory.
The first gatehouse is the outermost point of entry to Hyrule Castle. While the ramparts themselves are crumbling in many places, the towers appear to have endured. This seems like an excellent place to store the materials we will need as we work to restore the castle.
There is another one within the first gatehouse.
The guard's chamber. When he was not occupied...
Never mind, that is underneath the gatehouse. Right, I'm not going to spend too much longer here. I just want to do a little bit more searching. There is something I do kind of want to show if I can get it to happen. I think up there should work. I do not want to go down there, though. Okay, I think that was this one. No, this was not what I was hoping for, but it is a Korok. I mean, it's not massively urgent what I'm trying to do here. It's just a cool little detail that I wanted to show. It doesn't really matter if we don't do it now. But I figured since I'm here, it's going to be a little while before I return to the castle. Ah, this should do. Let me just... Let me just get some high ground and mark those shrines first. There's one there. And there's one... there. And there's one... there. I might actually go to this one now, since I'm right there. And then come back to Lookout Landing this way, and do this shrine on the way as well. Okay, that one's already marked. So. Hyrule Castle has seen better days. It literally crumbles apart. And I think that is such a cool detail. I thought I could grab the wall as I fell. Oops. Well, I do need to find a safe way down. That was not a safe way down. I promise I'm good at this game. I know how to play. I know what I'm doing. Thank you for the tutorial about falling game. I figured that one out myself, thanks. Alright, maybe... maybe if I ride this down, I'll be fine. Nope, definitely not. So I know when enemies hit you, and you're at full health, you do get saved from being one-shot. You get left at a quarter of a heart. I was hoping that the same would be true for full damage. Apparently not. That bit that fell off the castle, can you fuse that? That's what I'm trying to work out by going down there after it. Yes! Okay. That's amazing. Okay, that was worth all of the death. Behold your new Master Sword. I think that's a safe drop. Yes. This definitely is not, though. So hopefully I can find a way down. I suppose this is one thing that's potentially good about not getting the paraglider when you leave the Great Sky Island. Is that you have to come to the castle and navigate without it. It'd be fitting to beat Ganon with a chunk of Hyrule Castle itself. Okay, screenshot that comment of yours, pop it in my Discord, and I'm going to pin it after stream. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to come back and get that chunk. And stick it to the Master Sword. I know you can also fuse the rocks that fall from the sky as well. Right, that's what I was trying to do earlier. Right, hold on. I wonder if this will work as a hammer. First try. Okay, it does. Nice. Okay, I'll take that. Let's get rid of the Guster. Because it's kind of useless. Ew. No. Why would I want AI viewers? What would they gain me? I deal enough with bloody AI at work. Don't want it in my streams as well. There is some more texture warping going on over there. I'm sure that that didn't used to happen. I do think that that is the Switch 2 edition. Right, so my plan was to go and do that shrine. I did not account for the moat. That was a bit of a critical flaw on my part. So, I'll come back to that later. It was around there, wasn't it? I don't know why that's not marked. Oh, hello. That is a cave. What's stamped for caves? Maybe... treasure. Treasure for caves. I'm gonna forget my own key sooner or later. Do I have anything ice-related? Yes, okay, so... one of the things I miss most from Breath of the Wild is Cryonis, because it made crossing water really easy. We have Cryonis at home. I love this game. I have so many problems with this game, but I love this game. Okay, I can go and do that shrine, though. And while I'm heading this way, there is another voice memory.
The ruins of Hyrule Cathedral. I often came here to pray that my powers would finally awaken. Though this place does bring me comfort, I also feel bitter at my many unanswered prayers.
Aww. Poor Zelda. Get Hyrule Castle, bitches. It is nice to see nature reclaiming Castletown like this, though. It's a lot prettier than it used to be. Oh, okay. Another new thing.
Indeed!
So, this isn't your regular stone talus up here. It's a stone talus with guys riding it. This is fucking awesome. And it's also very vulnerable to ascend. Which is why they put a guy on there with a leaf. I see that now. Right, do I have anything electric? Because it is currently raining. No, I do not. Okay. I think this follows Breath of the Wild rules. I assume my bombs aren't going to work. Oh, no, they do. Okay. That one completely missed. Okay, now you're alone, buddy. You're going to be a lot easier to deal with. There we go. Okay, I'm getting off you this time. I know what I'm doing when it comes to fighting Taluses. This should also give me a nice source of money. Oh my god! He fucking launched me. Yeah, look at all of this amber. Now, the amber is useful as a fuse material. It does do a nice bit of damage. But I find that to be a bit of a waste, considering you can just use enemy horns. The other gems are a bit more interesting. So bosses now, they tend to drop something like this that you can't pick up. It is purely here for fusing, and it does a nice amount of damage. Oh, the amber weapons do look cool, yeah. But I am a practical, pragmatic man. Horsies. I'm going to hold off on getting a horse for the time being. Alright, let's do this shrine. The Yamiyo shrine. Yami-yo-yo. Piraka. Okay, another combat shrine. Ah, right, so this one teaches you about throwing. Okay, a lot of people that I watched play this game must have missed this shrine, because so many of them did not know about just throwing stuff. Oi! I'm learning. Okay, that was a nice easy shrine. Combat tutorial. Chuck the fruit at the robot. We should have put him in a stock if we were going to throw fruit at him. Oh, you've learned to throw. Have some bombs. Thank you, game. I will take these bombs. Laugh at him to inflict maximum damage. You see, laughing at him inflicts the best kind of damage. Emotional damage. It's the only kind of damage I feel these days. Do I have anything that I could make a vehicle out of? Not really. Before I go, there's a couple of things. Oh, there's a cave over there. I'll be coming back for sure. Speaking of caves, this tree is particularly important. So the cherry blossom trees aren't just limited to the Great Deku Tree and Satori Island anymore. I believe if you take a carrot and pop it in here. I said if you take a carrot and pop it in here. Is that not in? I said if you take a carrot and pop it in here. Was it not a carrot? Was it an apple, maybe? There we go. So this summons the Lord of the Mountain, and he will use his connection to Blue Peas and Bubble Frogs to mark where caves are for you. I don't remember how long these stick around for, but they are pretty useful. So the best way to take advantage of these is to put them down and then just use pins. So that one I've marked. There's one over there some way. So there's one underneath the tower over there. And there's a load over there, but I can't really see them properly right now. The Lord of the Mountain was displeased by my offering of carrots. Yeah, he really didn't like that, did he? Right, I did see a Korok up here. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to go... Let me try that again. I don't know if I'm going to go to every single cave. But I would like to do as many of them as possible. I'm not sure I can do this without the glider. I don't think I have enough stamina. Oh, there's another couple of caves over there. Yeah, there's a cave there, and a shrine there. Okay, right. I see an opportunity to build something. Did not want to do that. That is not what I was trying to do. As you can see, I'm really good at Ultra Hand. I know what I'm doing. I'm what some may call a pro gamer. There we go. I don't actually know if this is going to work, because I remember the wheels behaved a bit weirdly, these ones. Yeah, that kind of looks like it's not going to work. But we never know until we try. Right, look how landing is kind of that way. So, let's turn this over. Let's get it onto the road. There's someone fighting for their life over there. I'm just going to leave them to it. A wide car. Oh, hello. Oh, it's one of you guys.
Hi.
Fashion forward. Is that what we're calling it?
Oh?
Okay, Misco. Misco went from being like a one side quest thing in Breath of the Wild to being every DLC quest in Breath of the Wild to being everywhere in this game.
Ah.
Oh yeah, sure, tell me. Okay, I forgot that they did this.
Oh.
Great Fairies, I know about them.
Ah.
Okay, Woodland Stable. I'll be sure to remember that. Okay, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Oh! Oh, it works! It works! It almost works. Right, let's go. Oh, shit, I left the, forgot to turn the handbrake on. Oh, this is such a shit car. I can't believe it actually works. Oh, I'm out of juice. Oh, there's some constructs over there. Oh, great. I was slowly rolling back to where I started. Do you reckon if I got a sail and put it on this, I could drive it with the leaf? Okay, I think this is going to crash. Yes. Okay, you stay there, Mr. Car. I'll be back for you. Just gonna deal with this guy. Is that gonna fit? Not quite. Oh. Uh-oh. Right, let's do that. And then let's do... Let's see if I can do this before the Blood Moon. Let's pop that there. Right, go on, buddy. Nailed it.
Ah!
I mainly like helping this guy for the food. It saves me cooking. Ooh!
Oh!
Ooh, a puff shroom. Hopefully I get a chance to show that off. Right, back onto the road then. Ah. Oh shit, no, 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 no. Oh. It's poor Goron.
Oh! Oh!
That was brilliant.
Witness the blood moon's rise. When its red glow shines upon the land, the aimless spirits of slain monsters return to flesh. Just as they did in a war long past. The world is threatened once again.
So yeah, new Blood Moon cutscene. Is it me? Or does Zelda seem weirdly really excited by that? Like in Breath of the Wild, she's all, "Oh, be careful, Link! You're in danger!" And here she's like, "Yes, the monsters threaten the world once more." Okay, I feel like it may have been faster just to walk. But I'm enjoying my car. She knows Link can handle it. Is that cave coming from under Lookout Landing? Is it counting wells as well? Wells as well. Ah! Headwood! What are you playing at? Right, Headwood. You're being very naughty. Come here. Let's go and introduce you to the people of Lookout Landing. They'll be glad to know that I have my trusty friend back with me again. I saw that. I saw that. I'll deal with you in a moment. Alright, let's go find someone to take care of Headwood for me. Where's Robbie? There you go. It was you, wasn't it? Yep. Hello! New enemy type. Are you not... Are you not coming out? What the? Okay, bro, I know you're an enemy. What are you doing? Alright. You asked for this. Yeah, so this isn't Evermean. This one appears to have glitched out. These guys are amazing. They really caught me by surprise on my first playthrough. Right, so the trip to Lookout Landing took a little bit longer than anticipated. They're all panicked by Hedward. It's fine. He's chill. Don't worry about him. And if anything happens to him, I'm blaming you two. Don't mind me, I'm just spilling my drink everywhere. I think it's one of those streams today. Link, well, did you find anything?
What?
You're telling me Princess Zelda was at the castle, and then she transformed into light and flew off? I've got to say, your stories are always so wild. But if you're telling me that's what you saw, then I've got to believe it. Sounds like we need to change our approach. Since the princess flew off, maybe we should redirect our efforts and dig into the upheaval, for now at least. I've already got a few regions in mind to start exploring. I bet we'll pick up clues about where she flew off to as we look around. Oh yeah, you've still got the Pad, right? Can I see it for a sec? It's a little worse for wear, but seems to be functioning fine. Map, aha! Oh right, I forgot that before we can look at your overall map of Hyrule, we need to add map data from right around Lookout Landing, and for that we need our Skyview Tower. Joshua, what's the status of the Skyview Tower right now? Let me see. Outwardly, the structure looks to be complete. Oh, but the travel point is still undergoing final adjustments. The travel point needs tweaking. Sounds like I'd better get cracking. Sorry about this, Linky. I'll fix it up quick, so just hang tight. In the meantime, why don't you rest up? You must be pretty tired. The emergency shelter is just the spot for you. It has 3 beds and a kitchen, so it's well stocked for getting some rest and rejuvenating yourself. If you want more info, talk to the soldier who's watching over everything from the centre, right where the emergency shelter entrance is. If you need clothing for your travels, you should go to Mub's shop. I'll be over by our Skyview Tower, so when you're ready to head out, just let me know.
Yeah.
Alright, Joshua, let's work on our final preparations for the tower. I'll handle the travel point.
Check it.
Joshua, you're in charge of the switch. Okay, Doc. You can count on me. Right, I would like to use this opportunity to look around Lookout Landing a little bit. So, Pura's got a lovely, clean lab here. Very, very clean. Very organised. Okay, so people are falling ill from the gloom. The Sky Islands are Zonai in origin. Some unusual ruins in Kakariko Village. Is that... Yes, there is a guy there. Okay.
What?
Oh, what are you doing up here? This is the Skyview Tower switch. It's for turning the power on. Doc's waiting for you. She's right over there. She said she had some work to do on the travel point. So you'll find her by the terminal inside the Skyview Tower.
Oh.
And I think she's just about done working on it. She fixed it super fast, huh? She's so brilliant. She's the most amazing researcher in all of Hyrule. Well, someone likes to kiss ass. Nice view from up here, though. Right, I did see just behind the tower there was a cave. Right, I want to go and check this guy out over here. So, last time, I found a crystal refinery on the Great Sky Island, and I said that there was one that was much more convenient. Here you go. This is the one that I used, basically, all playthrough. You come to Lookout Landing so often, so why not? Then in here... Wait a minute. What do you think you're doing? Joshua needs that for her chasm research. Don't touch any of it without her permission. I'll get in big trouble if you do. Hey you. Do you have any idea how worried we've been? So what's the arm, huh? I overheard Pura talking about it. I see. Yeah, it's pretty weird, alright. Nope, now's not the time for distractions. That's got to wait until later. Anyway, I hear you've got yourself the Pura Pad now. You know, that Pura Pad of yours can get a lot more powerful. I know it's real potential. I've got big plans for that device, but first I need to help Joshua with her investigations into the depths. But then, oh yes, then I will head back to the lab in Hateno Village to resume my research. So once I'm able to finish up here, you should join me there. Right, well I'll get to that in just a moment. Oh, Headwood's gone. Right, so, over here. Glad to have you back, Link. My name is Scorpus. I have been charged with managing Lookout Landing. If you have any questions about the place, any at all, come right to me. I will answer as best I can. Now please allow me to open the emergency shelter.
You!
Hey, it's me. Open up. This underground vault used to be an emergency shelter for the royal family. Now we're making constant use of it. Feel free to make yourself at home in our vault. Use any equipment you want. Right, while I'm here in Lookout Landing, Zelda has some stuff to say.
When I told Pura of my plan to venture beneath the castle to investigate the gloom, she expressed strong opposition. That Link would accompany me did not sway her in the slightest. It was only my suggestion to establish an outpost here, a place to observe the gloom from and to reach the hidden path beneath the castle, that earned her begrudging acceptance.
You know, Zelda, considering what happened, maybe she was right.
Ah. 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 Hi. Ah.
Isn't this the guy that had, like, the Mirror of Twilight quest in Breath of the Wild? That was never called the Mirror of Twilight, that weird, like, stone slab.
Ah.
You've met me, sir. That answers your earlier question. Oh, about Lookout Landing and the shelter. So I think the shelter definitely existed. I think that's even mentioned in the voice memos for Breath of the Wild.
Oh. Ah. Oh. Ah. Ah.
Oh.
Oh, it's Robbie's wife. So the Rito are cold. See, it's a bit weird that the shrines have apparently been in place for, like, thousands of years, because obviously Araru put them down to purify demons and shit, but they randomly just appear overnight. Also, on that topic, all of the Sheikah tech in Tears of the Kingdom is stuff that Pura has made. All of the actual Sheikah tech, the genuine lore explanation, is that their purpose was complete, so they all just dissolved. What? You appear to have a quest. Fruit and mushroom mix. I have some apples you can have. I'm not sure apples and mushrooms go together, but that's just me.
Oh.
Hey, Tarrytown! Right, okay. A lot of people in here. I would next like to go to the shop, because I would like better armor than what I currently have now. So 120, 250, 320. I would like 2 hoods, though, for reasons that will become clear much later on, so 390. So if I sell 1 ruby... Hey, Ben, welcome back. How you doing? Okay, I don't think I'm getting to that 390. So I'll just get the 1 hood for now. How was your evening activities, Ben? Hopefully you had a good time. Okay, I finally feel the part of a hero. Took a while. Right, there are a couple of more voice memories here in Lookout Landing.
This is one of the Skyview towers that Pura designed to aid in the restoration of Hyrule. Though it is not quite finished, we have Hudson Construction to thank for how quickly it is coming along. Now, if only Pura could have similar success finding any volunteers to use the Paraglider to survey the land from above.
Yeah, it's a bit daunting. And then one last one.
There are many things we can learn from history. After all, we would not have known to prepare for the calamity if we had not studied ancient relics from our past. Knowing this, and having seen the passion of the archaeologists I've met on my travels, I have decided to form a team to survey ancient ruins and texts across Hyrule. I am sure there are many things we can learn from them as we restore the land.
I guess that kind of answers your question then, Sam. So, Lookout Landing and the Zonai survey team were made before she went into the castle. I was about to ask what bits you've missed, but it's been so long since you did this bit of the game, you hardly remember it anyway. So I went to the castle. Zelda's planet needed her, so she flew into space. And I'm currently about to get the Paraglider. If I put this here, then that goes there. No, that's not quite it. That should do it. Hey Link, you all set? I just wrapped up here myself. The travel point is working fine now, or it will be once you do your part.
Hey!
We're ready, Joshua. Pull the switch.
Hey! Oh!
All of the Skyview towers have now been activated.
Yeah.
Okay, Link, your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Go hold the Puripad over that terminal. Alright, the Skyview Tower is now active on your map. That means you can now use this travel point to get here at any time instantly. The same is true for every Skyview Tower you add to your Puripad. Impressive, right? But Skyview Towers are about more than just travelling quickly. Their primary function is to survey the area, or more simply put, to make a map. The Puripad works with the Skyview Tower and scans the topography directly onto the map. Pretty great, Only thing is you need a paraglider when you're scanning. It takes a lot of skill and nobody here had what it takes. To be honest, that's why we haven't tested this out yet. We needed you. Which brings us to this. Finally! Right, it's showtime. Let's start with a test scan. Now it's time for our very first test launch. I mean, our first test. Just step over there into the circle and find me afterward, alright? I'll be observing from the research lab.
Yeah.
When the test scan is over, we'll have a final briefing on the search for Princess Zelda. And I'll also need to update your map with the places where the upheaval has wreaked the most havoc. Best of luck. Right, here we go. So, the towers in Breath of the Wild made sense of Breath of the Wild. You know, that game was all about climbing. You climb up the tower, you get the lay of the land. But these towers are just cool. I love getting shot up, I love paragliding down. They're really useful for getting into the sky. They're great. That said, though, I find it really weird how long they make you go without the paraglider. In Breath of the Wild, the point at where the game opens up and the point that you get the paraglider, they're the same point. Those two things coincide. Not the case in this game. There's so much you can't do without the paraglider. You can't get any map data until you come and do this. But because this is the sequel to Breath of the Wild, everyone's like, oh, I can do anything in any order. And I know so many players that saw the cutscene, pointed them to Lookout Landing, and went, nah, I ain't doing that. And then they went so many hours without the paraglider, not being able to get the map, and they're like, what the hell is going on? On the one hand, I appreciate the game for trying to be a bit more structured. But I think if they were going to do that, they should maybe not adhere to the freedom as much as they did. I think they're trying to have their cake and eat it too a bit, and it doesn't quite work the way I think they intended it to. Anyway, I'll have more to say on that sort of thing later on. Right, before I read any more dialogue, I need to refill my drink. Oh yeah, the vibe of Lookout Landing is lovely.
Uh-huh.
Welcome back. That was some good gliding up there, Link. I expected nothing less. So, how did it go? Did you get a proper map scan?
Uh-huh.
Good, that map is crucial to our search. There are Skyview towers in every region in the world. You'll want to make a point of visiting them all.
Yes.
Right, let's talk about the upheaval. It's affected more than just the castle. Reports of other strange phenomena have been coming in from all over Hyrule. Let's take a look at your map. The first report comes from Hebra to the northwest. Next up is Eldin to the northeast. The Gerudo are reporting trouble in the southwest. And finally there's Lanayru to the east. The strange phenomena are concentrated to these four regions. I can't say for certain, but I've got the nagging suspicion that we might find out more about Princess Zelda by looking into these phenomena. Hey Doc, I don't know if this is helpful, but I heard something weird the other day. It was about someone who might have seen Princess Zelda at Rito Village over in Hebra recently. That is pretty weird, yeah. Generally speaking, I don't put much stock in hearsay. But this does sound like it's worth looking into. Oh, and before I forget, Link. We've asked the Lucky Clover Gazette to help us in the search for Princess Zelda. There's nobody who knows more about the goings-on in Hyrule than them. You can find them near the entrance to Rito Village. If you do go there, you should speak with the editor. I'm sure she could help out in some way too. I'll be here directing a variety of investigations into the upheaval's many chasms and new ruins. I'll also be looking into the different villages. Someone somewhere might know what's happened to the princess.
Yeah.
I'm counting on you to check out the major phenomena that are troubling regions around Hyrule, Link. will find Princess Zelda one way or another. Okay, I have another complaint about how this game structures itself. And there's going to be a lot of this. So, in Breath of the Wild, you beat the Great Plateau.
Really feeling it.
Thank you for the follow, by the way, Lysandra. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. So, in Breath of the Wild, you beat the Great Plateau, and the king is like, right, go to Kakariko Village. He makes it very clear it's an early game thing and separate from the Divine Beasts. Now, not everyone is going to go there. There are those players who will go, nah, don't want to do that. Most people do. You get there, you get your combat tutorial shrine. Nice. You speak to Impa, you find out about the Divine Beast, you get sent to Hateno, you get the camera, you probably run into Hestu on the way, sort out your Korok seeds. You come back, you find out about the memories, you can start that quest, and you find your first Great Fairy. So it's a nice little tutorial that introduces you to a few things, but you also don't really miss out on much if you don't do it. The combat tutorial, you can kind of just learn that by playing the game. The Great Fairies, you can find another one in the world. Hestu, okay, technically he's missable, but eventually you will come back to Kakariko Village, talk to Impa, and then you'll find Hestu that way, because he's right by the village. And the same goes for the memory quest. Sure, technically you can miss it early on, but it starts from such a notable landmark that eventually you'll just kind of go there and do it. And then, once you're done with all of that, you will have received a quest to go see Robbie in the Akala region, which naturally funnels you north, and then that leads most players to meeting some of the Zora in Lanayru, and it quite nicely, naturally, and subtly guides them to Divine Beast Var Ruta to do that one first. Tears of the Kingdom is not so subtle. It kind of points you to Lookout Landing in the same way. Obviously, I've already discussed that if you don't come here and do this, you can't get the map, you can't get the paraglider. So you have to come here and do this. But then Pure is just kind of like, hey, go do the Rito one first. There's no natural guiding of you towards the Rito. And so I feel like most players, I know I did, will read that and go, nah, this is Breath of the Wild 2, mate. I want to play the game in whatever order I want. I'm going to a different dungeon. The problem is that the way a lot of early game tutorials were hidden around Kakariko, and the beginning of a lot of important quests were placed around Kakariko and Hateno, the beginnings of a lot of important things are placed on the way to Rito Village. There's no indication that you will miss these things if you don't go to Rito Village. They're also specifically on the path between Lookout Landing and Rito Village. So if you go to a different village first and take a different path to Rito Village, you will miss these things. I have seen a lot of people fall into this trap. I feel like if you're going to design a game around doing anything in any order, important stuff should maybe not be placed with the assumption that the players are going to do one specific thing first. That's just my 2 cents anyway. Hello, you're doing excellent. Since you're a massive Zelda fan and want to improve your English skills, you combine both by watching Zelda streams in English in your leisure time. Well, hopefully I can provide you with some entertaining Zelda gameplay and some English. My English is a bit shit, despite the fact I'm a native speaker. Hopefully that won't be a problem. But yeah, it's nice to see you here. I hope you enjoy your time here. Right, so I am not quite done with what I wanted to get done today, so we're going to do a bit of a longer stream than usual. But I also do need the loo. So, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Have a good one, enjoy the break, don't burn the stream down.
Think you can take me?
Right, I'm back. One thing that I forgot to do when I arrived here in Lookout Landing was listen to the music, so while I have a drink and clear my throat, we're gonna do that. So this place is partially a military base, and you've got the military drums and the military horn in there. But it uses those to make such a homely sounding track. Like Sap said, this place has such a nice vibe. I really do enjoy it here. Right, before I head out anywhere, I need to go do some cooking. I think I need to head down for that.
Oh. You.
At some point, this stays permanently open, and I can't remember how to do that, and I hope it's soon, because this is annoying.
Ah.
Right, there is a cooking pot here. Let's see what I'm working with. I'm definitely going to need a lot of this. A lot of spicy food. Let's make a stamina dish. That wasn't a stamina dish, was it? No. No, I mucked that one up. Let's make a glowing dish, because I'm sure that's healthy for Link's body. Okay, right, let's try a stamina dish again. As you can see, I am not very exciting with the ingredients that I mix together. I very rarely try and make the actual recipes, I just go for function over form. Okay, that's gonna do for now. Do I still have Armstrong with me? Yes. Right, so I believe the quest I would like to do is over here. I think that was Headward's Horn. Oh, it's you. You know, that Puripad of yours may seem perfect, but it could be even more perfect. I'll need to head back to the lab when Josh has got the depths investigation sorted out. Come on, Goggles. Are you even listening to me? Oh, yes. Sorry, you were saying? I was saying that I want to go investigate the depths. Look, if you're not going to listen to me, I'll go and jump into a chasm myself. No way, no how, you can't do that. The depths are far too vast for you to explore on your own, and we've only barely begun to look into them. I'd love to go gallivanting around down there too. Who knows what wonders are at the bottom of those chasms. But no matter how wondrous they may be, it's far too dangerous for you. I'm not about to allow our young prodigy to go wandering around somewhere so unknown, so foul. If anything were to happen to Pyrrha's favourite student, it'd be the end for me. The end. But I need more on that figure. If we have more info on it, then it should help us better understand the depths. What figure? Oh, swordsman. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Let me get you up to speed. Our survey team brought back some artifacts from a journey into the depths. One of them caught my eye. This piece of slate, specifically the image depicted on it. See that figure standing on two legs with one arm raised up? Well, I have a theory. I think it could be evidence that a mysterious people once lived in the depths. That's why I want to go down there, so I can see if there are any more depictions like this one. I want to see for myself. But Goggles here says it's too dangerous and he won't let me go. Joshua, come on now. Tell you what, I'll go down there myself and see if I can't find anything about the figure on that slate. And Link will join me. We'll start by looking for anything down there that resembles the figure on the slate. Assuming we find what we're looking for, we'll use your Puropad's camera to take a picture of it for Joshua. A perfect plan. Camera? You don't know about the camera? It's one of the Puropad's basic features. With a camera you can capture nearby scenery as an image, one that's stored in your pad there. Sounds like you still have more to learn about the Puropad. Well then, I'll teach you how to take pictures, once we're down there anyway. There will be lots of monsters in the depths though, so I'll be counting on you to keep me safe. Let's see, I guess we should enter through the chasm to the south of Lookout Landing. I'll go on ahead. Once you're ready and raring to go, come find me there. Ta-ta!
What?
Wait, hang on. Looks like he's gone. I'm sorry you got roped into all of this, swordsman. Goggles means well, but when he wants to help me, he leaps before he looks.
Yeah.
But here, maybe this will help you out at least. Oh, and take this too. The chasms are pretty deep, so light from the surface doesn't make it down there. It's pitch black. But if you attach a bright bloom seed to an arrow and shoot it, it'll light up the area. Definitely a useful trick down there. Okay, you'll want to head straight out of Lookout Landing's southern gate. You'll find the chasm Goggles used just outside. I don't know too much about how your camera works, but I'm counting on you to bring me that picture. Oh, and please look after Goggles for me. I love that she calls him Goggles. You left this quest for far too long. In your defense, it wasn't marked with a quest marker. So there's like no reason to go there and talk to them. And considering that, there is a lot of important stuff locked behind this quest. It's just another thing in Tears of the Kingdom that is a little bit too easy to miss. Hello, sir. I did not know you showed up this early. Oh, look at this. You're the one I saw flying around the sky. It's great to meet the first one to ever be launched from a Skyview tower, a real historic moment. Hey, what's your name? Link, you say? Hold on there, really? Your name is Link? Hey, buddy. You've got the same name as that famous swordsman. Ha, good for you. Pretty big name to live up to, though. I'm Pen, by the way. I work for the Lucky Clover Gazette. I'm writing an article about this event so folks everywhere will know about the Skyview Towers being activated. I'd better get to work. Our newspaper is short on staff, so I've had to flap all over the place to cover the news. Hey, we could use another reporter. You should join us. Seem like a brave type and all. That's what it takes. Our newspaper is based in Hebra, to the northwest. You'll find it near the bridge that leads to Rito Village. Stop by if you're up for the adventure of a lifetime in the newspaper biz. Until then, so long! Oh, you knew about it, you just didn't do it. My complaint still stands. It just doesn't happen to have been your experience. I think you've caused quite a stir since your arrival here. Ha, people do fuss, don't they? If this is your first visit, talk to that soldier in the centre of our little fort. Or are you hoping to register a horse? We're still getting things together on that front, so I'm afraid you'll have to hold your horses for a while longer. Okay, I knew that this was also a stable. I didn't realise that it wasn't available now. Okay, that's no problem. Alright, let's head down to this chasm then. My car is probably despawned by now. Oh my god, I really could do with some stamina. How many orbs am I on? Ah, right, yes, while the camera is relevant, I love this attention to detail. The pictures that Zelda took in the introduction are saved in your gallery. It's a little detail, they didn't have to do that, but they did. Alright, well, this appears to be the chasm that I was told about. Very ominous looking. Lots of gloom around it. So gloom is a new mechanic. It doesn't work the same as Malice did in Breath of the Wild. Rather than just damaging you... No, Traveller, don't do it. If you touch that well... it'll sap your strength and you'll end up like me, too sluggish to move. It will basically lock your hearts, and you can't recover them. The only way to recover them is to come to somewhere like this in the light. And down there, well, there's not very much light at all. Why are you sweeping the grass?
Oh. Ah.
Okay, so the monster crew are down there. I'm not going to go and help them today.
Ooh.
Because I have a shrine to do, and then I'm going down that chasm.
Oh.
Yeah, the monster fighting crew is a really cool mechanic. And I am looking forward to showing them off. Just not something I have time for today. I remember this shrine. I remember this one being really cool. It's like one of those shape match puzzles from when you're a baby. I know where it goes. It goes in the square hole. I love that video so much. Do I need to bring that through here? No, there's another one. Okay. Okay, so that should slip through. Nice. Just giving you a dumb idea for a meme. I am not sorry for that. In fact, that makes me quite excited. Oh, nice. That might be useful down in the depths, actually. Could make travel down there a little bit quicker. Right, so... I think like that is going to do it. Yes. And then... like that, maybe? Yeah. There we go. Okay, that was a nice, simple, but clever shrine. I like that one. I really don't remember a lot of the shrines. With Breath of the Wild, I remembered a lot of them because I've played that game, I think about 4 times now, including when I streamed it this year. This is only my 2nd time playing this game, so a lot of these shrines haven't, like, fully ingrained themselves in my memory yet. And like all of the shrines I did back when the game came out in 2023, that was 3 years ago. Okay, I've got 3 of those. I need to do 1 more. Because I would like some more stamina. But first... it's time to dive. I love the sound when you dive through a chasm. It is so satisfying. Oh my god, it's amazing. Hey, Saber, thank you for the lurk. How are you doing? Let me get you a quick shout-out going. Thank you for the raid. Enjoy your lurk. What were you streaming? World of Let me try that again. World of Warcraft. I hope you had a great stream. So, welcome to the depths. The 3rd edition. The 3rd massive edition to Breath of the Wild's world. The fact that Nintendo pretty much kept this place secret throughout all of the marketing is pretty incredible. Because this place is as big as the overworld. So, are you familiar with the very classic Zelda trope of 2 worlds that are basically the same map but different? Well, yeah, that's the depths. The depths is essentially an inverted version of the overworld. Where there are mountains in the overworld, there are chasms in the depths. Where there are rivers in the overworld, there are walls in the depths. And many things in the overworld have equivalent things in the depths. For example, there is a shrine right here. And in the depths, there is this. There's also a lot of cool new creatures and stuff down here. And the place just looks otherworldly. As someone who loves exploring caves, I was really excited when I first encountered this place, because it's like a giant cave. I will say, though, back to the you get the paraglider really late problem. I know of someone who jumped down the chasm before he got his paraglider and died. That someone is me. That's how my first playthrough went. Right, let's head to this thing over here. So, this is a light route. this is the depths equivalent to a shrine. It serves as a fast travel point, and it also unlocks your map for you, although only in a very small radius. And it gives you somewhere that will actually enable you to see. The depths is very dark. Light roots will light up the surrounding area around them. They will also cure you of gloom. There's not really anything specific that you get for getting all of these, so I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. But because they do match up with overworld shrines, I will probably find a lot of them just to use them to find shrines, because light roots are often a lot easier to spot than shrines are. For instance, there's one over there. The depths look amazing on the OLED. Oh, I bet they do, yeah. You never noticed the depths were like a flipped version of the overworld, just kind of took it at face value. It took me a while to notice, because obviously you don't have much of the map to deal with at first. I only really noticed myself very late into the game.
Ah.
Are you Link? Pleasure to meet you. I'm Ponic from the Zonai survey team. Robbie told me to guide you to him once you arrived. But he rushed along with such haste that I didn't bring enough Bright Bloom seeds, and now I've run out. So I lost sight of him.
Ah.
I thought he was taking a short walk over to that glowing area over there. Then he just kept going. And going. The last I saw him, he was heading way out there off to the west. Do you have any Bright Bloom seeds with you? I do.
Ah.
Oh, that's great news. Light from the surface doesn't reach down here, as you might have noticed. You'd be risking your life to wander here without a light source, you know. You can easily get Bright Bloom seeds from caves, and they'll light up if struck, so they're pretty easy to use too. We use the seeds all the time on the Zonai survey team. The simplest way is to throw them with your hand.
Oh.
Those of us skilled enough with a bow attach them to arrows and fire them off into the distance down here.
Ah.
If you're going to explore the depths, take plenty of those seeds with you. So I do not tend to stick them to arrows, just because you will burn through so many of them. I usually just throw them. So, overall, now that I have a lot more experience with the game, I have very mixed feelings on the depths. However, at this point on my first playthrough, I was amazed by them. I was having so much fun down here. And I'd like to keep this stream in particular in that mindset. I'll get to my complaints later on. For now, I just want to enjoy the fact that this place exists, because it is cool. It looks really cool. Just the idea is cool. It's cool that Nintendo hit it from the marketing, as I said. And it is a very different experience playing down here compared to the overworld. And on my first playthrough, pretty much once I discovered it was a place, I then proceeded to spend about 3 hours down here without coming back up. And I had a blast. I mapped out a ton of it. Also, it's a good source of bombs. And I believe you can find puff shrooms as well around here. They're also pretty useful. But it does get dark. And this is what your Bright Bloom seeds are for. The game gives you a lot of these, and for good reason. I basically have my inventory of them maxed out on my main file. Enemies down here can be quite dangerous, though. As you can see, they're coated with gloom. So if they hit you, you permanently lose the heart as long as you're down here. Right, come on then, Armstrong. See, that was just me demonstrating what happens if you get hit. Totally didn't happen by accident. Ah, Muddle Birds. That's another fun item. You know what? Let's show this one off. So this will basically make enemies confused and have them attack each other. I have just done that, but I don't think there are any enemies left. So remind me, I'll show that off again another time. Down here in the depths is a lot of Zonite. And this is pretty much the main reason for coming down here. You need a lot of Zonite if you want to max out your battery. This is where you get it all. Okay, I would like to show off another item. This one is really cool. So he's going to hit that, he's lost sight of me, and I can sneak strike. Really cool item. Where's my castle hammer gone? Oh, did it break? Aw. You don't mind the depths, you just wish the place looked more visually different rather than being the same everywhere. That's something that I will get to when I get more into my complaints later on. Not something I wish to discuss too much in depth today, though, but I do agree with you. Right. Back over to this light route, then. These depths fireflies look really weird. I love them. Such a cool design. It's the basement of Hyrule. Oh, hello. Oh, shitting hell. Okay, I need to lock in. Never mind, I'm dead. You often end up spending a lot of time down here because it's different to the overworld. That is why I spent like 3 hours down here on my first playthrough. I was just excited to explore somewhere new. AKA Lancashire. Okay, I don't really want to fight those guys again, so I'm just going to sneak past them. Right, so flying around up there is another new type of enemy. They are not depths exclusive. This just happens to be the first one that I found. That is depths exclusive, though. This is a Frox. They are weak to rock weapons. They are adorable. They also aren't gloomed. So I think it's implied that these are just aggressive creatures. They don't belong to Ganon. The enemy I was originally referring to is that up there. That is an Aracuda. It is basically a big winged Blin. They're worth killing because they drop useful items. If I can get its attention. There we go. Are these a new Zelda enemy? The Froxes definitely are. I think the Aracudas are. I think the closest enemy we have in older games are Vyas. But they're not quite the same. Okay, you jump scared me, mister, so I'm taking your Zonite. Yeah, I think the closest enemies in other games are either Vyas or Erlfos. Thanks, Ben. I can always rely on you. Right, let's get this light route then. Robbie, I did just see you. Where have you gone? There you are. What? Look at how bright that thing got. That light down in this dark is downright refreshing. In fact, it's so luminous, it's almost like like we're on the surface. Just standing near it makes me feel so much better. How strange. Hey, it's you. You're finally here. I need to show you what I've found. This statue is standing tall on 2 legs, 1 arm raised high. It looks an awful lot like the figure Joshua showed us on that piece of slate, don't you think? Alright, get that camera of yours ready. It's time to put it to work. That's right. I forgot you hadn't used the camera when we last spoke. Very curious indeed, given it's one of the Puripad's basic features. Give me that Puripad for a second, alright? Well, there's the problem. Your camera is locked, and so's your Hyrule Compendium. Hang on. If I remember correctly, you press this while you pull this, and then you tap that, and... Yeah, I'm not doing the Compendium. I ain't bothering with that. Boom! Now you should be able to use both the camera and your Hyrule Compendium. So, go capture a picture of that statue. This is a good chance to verify that it's working properly too. Test it out. Experience is the best teacher after all. Once you've captured the image, come back here. I'll want to see how it looks. Well, I think this should do. Hey you, how'd that go? If you've captured an image of that statue with your camera, then hurry up and show me. I'd like to see how it looks. So, did you get a good picture? Stupendous. Looks like you've captured it well. I'm sure Joshua will be satisfied with this. Lighting up that immense route, getting us a picture of the statue. You've just started helping us research what's down here, but soon enough we're going to have even more to investigate. Well then, it's time I head back up to the surface. See you at Lookout Landing. Don't make Joshua wait too long for that picture. Right, I will head back up to Lookout Landing soon, but first... That's where I just came from. Since I found this light route, I would like to head back up to the surface and go find the equivalent shrine. Because it's also close to something that I want to talk about. So, yeah, that's the one. That's the one that you found. Didn't know there was another. The one what that you found? Oh, there's a shrine up there. Oh, the thing, right. Alright, let's grab this stuff. A lot of ruins around here. I wonder if Zelda has anything to say.
The Hyrule Garrison ruins. As with other fortified locations, many Guardians attacked this place. However, it is likely most of the soldiers normally stationed here had already been deployed to other regions. Those few who remained fought bravely, though they were certainly ill-equipped to deal with such deadly foes.
Hey, another actual Breath of the Wild mention in Tears of the Kingdom. Who would have thought it? It's actually possible. Right. Over to the shrine then. Before I go in, let me just change these. That is not the entrance. A spinning device. Ah, wheels. I like me some wheels. Come here. I'll take that. Right, let's go. Don't need to make my own. I've already got one. One thing I do like is that in shrines you get an infinite battery. Just makes everything a little bit easier. Meow. Okay, I've already found the only chest. That didn't quite work the way I intended it to. There we go. Right, I think this is trying to teach me an important lesson. So if I do... If I do not that... If I do that, and then not quite. Yes, the falling down the pit technique. It wasn't what I was trying to do. Alright, hold on. That, maybe? I mean, it's technically working. It's a bit slower than I was perhaps intending. Never mind. Back to the drawing board. Maybe like that. There we go. I think I was really overthinking that. Right, where is the hill that I'd like to climb then? I believe it's up here. Have I done 4 shrines now? Yes, I have. I assume that I'm remembering correctly that there's a goddess statue at Lookout Landing. Because, God, I need some stamina. One wheel is not enough. There's a few sky islands around here, but I don't think I'll be getting up to them anytime soon. One thing I do find interesting is that Central Hyrule has, like, no sky islands in it. There's, like, a few very small ones, and that's about it. I suppose that's maybe to make the map feel a bit less cluttered when you look up. Oh. I nearly ran straight into this camp. Oh, fuck. Yeah, get out of here. Oh, shit! Yep, down you go. Who are you blowing to? There's no one left. Right. The place I'm looking for is just about here. So, I came here during my Breath of the Wild streams and played a voice memory. There is an equivalent one in Tears of the Kingdom that acts a bit like a follow-up to the Breath of the Wild one.
Previous archaeological investigations discovered a single ancient spear within this decaying tree trunk. It has stirred up spirited discussion among many researchers, but little additional information has been revealed, despite their piqued interest.
So, if you don't know, that doesn't really sound that interesting. But if you know what that is talking about, the fact that this came out when it did in relation to what it's talking about is pretty neat. Anyway, there's a cave here now. I'm not sure if I had the stamina to deal with this cave right now. I'm doing it. Okay, gotta like. Oh, didn't quite get him. Yeah, this cave is really cool. I like all the roots coming down through it. One of my favorites, for sure. Yeah, I see Sam knows what that voice memory was about. I'm not going to say what it's about because I don't want to spoil anything. Just play Age of Imprisonment. It's a good game. That blue pea just fucking drowned, I think. Okay, yeah, the lack of stamina is definitely hurting me here. I'll do what I can, but I'm not sure I'm going to make it over there. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't think there's actually anything over here. No, just a way out, I think. Alright, there was another way to go. Yeah, whatever form the next new Zelda takes, I really hope it at least has caves. I like caves. I think I've said that a lot. Yeah, there's a way to go over here. Am I near one of the outfits that was pointed out? No, not really. Okay. Oh, a lot of ores. A lot of bright bloom seeds. Nice. Oh, topaz. I like topaz. Okay, back to Lookout Landing then, I think. And I'll turn in this quest, and then I think it's probably time to wrap up. Actually, maybe I'll do the cave next to Lookout Landing as well. Just so I have one less thing to do next time. Hey, you. Show Joshua the picture you took of the statue. The figure matches up pretty well, and it looks darn cool too. This is it. This does match what's on the fragment.
Yeah.
Thank you, swordsman. Just like on the slate, this figure must be showing people of some sort, whoever they were. Which confirms my theory, that people lived in the depths. I'm sure we'll find more traces of them if we keep searching. This is a big, big, big discovery. Now what's next? The possibilities. There's so much more to research. Oh, but before I focus on that, there's something I want to give you as thanks for helping with this stage of my investigation. Our earlier surveys of the depths found all of this. What do you think it's for? I feel as if these contain some kind of strange power, like maybe it's energy for something. Anyway, they might help you in your search for Princess Zelda, so hopefully you find them useful. That fragment has helped us see the depths in a new way. Now we're closer to understanding one of its mysteries. I'm going to sift through everything that our surveys have brought back from down there. Maybe there are even more fragments that I can piece together. Goggles. Swordsman. Thank you so much for going to investigate the depths for me. So, these statues are quite interesting, because they do not match any known race from Hyrule. So who are they? Who built them? Who do they represent? Because my initial assumption was, oh, it must be a Zonai. But no. That is not what a Zonai looks like. We've seen Raru. Right, I want to try and actually catch this Bloopy by surprise. Kinda look like the mole people from Skyward Sword. That is probably the closest match that we've got. But they also feel a lot more buff than they did. You know, I think this was the first non-Great Sky Island cave that I found on my first playthrough. Get down from there, you ugly son of a bitch. Oh, you're gonna throw shit at me, are you? Do it again. Do it again, I fucking dare you. Yeah, get fucked, mate. Oh, I love recall so much. You know what? Just to spite you guys, I'm gonna make a weapon out of you. Okay, what do I get from this? Okay, interesting. Let's get rid of the Korok Frond, because I am never going to use that. It's an interesting weapon, but not all that great. There you are! So I don't think you can actually shoot the blue peas that shoot out of them. I've tried. Many a time. And I'm clearly very good at this game, so if I can't do it, it must be impossible. Oh, god damn it. Right, let's head back to Lookout Landing then and wrap this up. So, despite all of my complaining earlier about how kind of lazily they try and get you to do Rito Village first, Rito Village is where I'm going to be heading first. Because, as I said, there is a lot of important stuff that you find on the way to Rito Village. But not just that. Rito Village, I think, is also just one of the coolest quests in the game. And I'm really, really looking forward to playing it for you guys. So next time, I head back out into the wilds. And the journey to investigate the storm around Rito Village begins. Have a good one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I will be back on Saturday with some more The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But before that, tomorrow, it is time for our monthly Minecraft collab stream. It's going to be here this time, and Ben and Sam are going to be joining me. I have fixed the Ben shout-out now. Ben is playing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok, or he will be when he finishes his grind. And Sam is playing Nier Automata. I'm pretty sure that both of you are the only people in chat at the moment, but I don't care. I want to shout you out anyway. Right, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye!